Check up. W.b.u.d. Radio Rebel Day 44.7 on your dial. I want to start this thing off by talking about the news media. Now, when I sit down and watch the news, it's for a good laugh, but I also see key words here, key phrases that, I always believe that the demons or the devils have to kind of tell you what they're doing. So one thing that came across the news media that's going to lead directly into this article I have is a couple of weeks ago, they were saying that the NSA had to stop their surveillance that they were doing on the American people. Almost spit on myself. Just like when J. Edgar Hoover was spying on everybody and then he go into the courtroom in front of Congress and he take all the wiretaps off everybody that day. And when he go in Congress, they ask him, Mr. Hoover, do you have anybody under surveillance right now? And he would say no, because he wasn't lying. He didn't have anybody under surveillance at that point because he stopped all of it. But when he walked out of that damn hearing, he cranked it back up. Okay, so when the news media put out the story that they stopped the NSA surveillance, I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So now this story right here made me think back to that. Last Tuesday, during the Republican debates, which I would like to say that there have been 5. And then up until this point, we got another one coming for the Democrats Saturday, but there's only been 2 for the Dems, Negroes. Okay, but anyway, in the debate last Tuesday, there was an exchange between Rubio and Ted Cruz, Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, where, now they're trying to get Ted Cruz in trouble by saying that he, let loose some information, some top secret information, I guess. But what Cruz was saying was that Rubio said something to him and Cruz was like, what Rubio knows is that the old program covered 20% to 30% of phone numbers to search for terrorists. The new program covers nearly 100%. Now that's what Cruz said. This is quote, Cruz, quote, that gives us greater ability to stop acts of terrorism. And he knows that that's the case, unquote, referring to Marco Rubio. He's also a senator of Florida, so he know what time it is. But that right there should have made everybody's ears perk up. Damn. The NSA just said they were going to stop that. And Cruz is saying that it's been upped. Well, there's a lot more going to be said about that because now they're trying to I guess they're going to investigate to see if Cruz did something to mess with, I guess, tamper with U.S. intelligence or secrets or something. And Hillary Clinton and the email server. Well, get the hell out of here. And that leads right into this next story about, I don't understand for the life of me. Now, I'm not no Republican, and I say piss on all politicians. My motto is have the elections from prison. The one that win, he get to walk out. The rest of them, y'all stand in there. Okay, so that leads to this story directly. Now, like I said before, the Republicans have had 5 debates. The Democrats have had 2. Now, they do have another one this Saturday. But they have had 5 debates on the Republican side, and the Democrats have had only 2. Now, the last Democratic debate was on a Saturday night. And this one coming up is going to be on a Saturday night. Now, I was really, really struck last Democratic debate, and I watched it because I'm into this politics. But I watched it, and then at the same time, the Hip Hop Awards was on, hosted by Snoop Dogg, Snoop Lion, whatever. But anyway, so I'm saying to myself now, if most of the young Negroes going to watch the award show, ain't nobody think about no Democratic debate. And on top of that, it's on a Saturday night. I mean, who really going to go pop the popcorn and put on the jammies to watch a Democratic debate with 3 people? Man, on a Saturday. Now, this is what you Negroes is co-signing. Now, let me give you some numbers here. Like I say, the Republicans have had 5 debates. Up until this point, the Democrats have only had 2. The third one will be Saturday. Now, the last debate on the Saturday with the Democrats during the Hip Hop Awards, they only had 9 million viewers. The first 2 debates for the Republicans got over 23 million viewers apiece. Now, how you that's a setup. Who put all that together? Debbie Waffleman Schultz or whatever the hell, and I don't know. And that's a slap in the face, man. And I'm starting to really believe that, what people say, that the less Hillary speaks, the better chance she had. Because when she start talking, she's telling a damn lie. She's a liar. All of them liars. The lying Hawaiian. Man, and y'all co-signing this mess, man. I'm not saying don't be into politics and don't vote, but why you walk around with a D on your chest and get so mad when somebody say something negative about the lying Hawaiian, maniacal antagonist, King Fraud, President Obysmal, and the Obysmal administration? Why y'all get upset? Because, and then it's somebody say something about a Republican, you lose your mind. I ain't a Republican. Man, listen to what people say. I'm not a cult. I don't follow cult of personalities. You go by what the person is saying and then what they do. Y'all, hey, better wake up, man, with this Democrat-Republican mess. Because I call them Democans and Republicrats. Two sides of the same coin. Wake up, man. Please. Extra, read all about it. Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, praises Donald Trump, the Republican front runner. Yeah, a little article here that Vladimir Putin said he liked Donald Trump. He said he's a pure leader. Now, this is his words, quote, "He's talented and outstanding. I would talk to him." Ooh. Okay, now this is what the Prime Minister of Britain said about Trump. He's divisive, stupid, and wrong. Now, David, Cameron, Ron, whatever, y'all still got my man Michael Savage banned from Britain. So damn what you talking about. But as far as Trump being praised by Putin, y'all don't see that that's good, because at least we got nuclear weapons that can be exchanged, and we have guys that kind of like each other. It probably would be a little harder to set them weapons off with guys who, sit down and talk, as opposed to the lying Hawaiian, the maniacal antagonist who Vladimir can't stand. And another thing, Putin and them know everything about Obysmal. So, all you Negroes running around here jocking this man, y'all don't know that this man, that it was in 2007, the end of 2007, 2008, a lot of the homosexuals at that church that he was attending with, the Reverend Wright, they was dying to the point where, they were being murdered, to the point where the people in the area thought it was a serial killer running around killing the black sissies. So you think Vladimir Putin and them don't know about that? Russia and all the intelligence agents. Let me say something else about Russia. Russia was one of the first countries to put out that JFK was assassinated by Lyndon Johnson, the vice president. Ooh, they put that over they put that out real quick. So you don't think that Vladimir Putin know that Obysmal is a flaming homosexual? They know. That's why they don't, this man walk around and try to act all big and bad. And he's a clown, man. That's the worst clown. If you're a sissy, be a sissy. And we could roll with that. But don't try to be the toughest alpha male on the block and use a sissified. I mean, that's all I'm saying, man. Be you. So I would rather have the Russian president, Vladimir Putin, who I somewhat, he seems like a leader. Regardless of what he's doing, he seems like a leader. If him and Trump can get together and sit down and come up with ways to keep this planet from glowing, let's go. David, Cameron, Ron, whatever the hell your name is from Britain, kick rocks. I got another article here. See, I like to put my own spin on the headlines. And the spin I put on this headline is NATO and Obysmal assisting the head choppers. Okay, now this is how I'm going to say this. You've been hearing about Syria. Assad must go. If I'm draw a red line in the sand, if you use chemical weapons, that's where I draw the line. And shut up. Anyway. Now I tell people, man, ISIS is us, man. I don't even like to say ISIS. First off, that's another issue, ISIS. And this whole story, man, this is just, this article right here, I kept my mouth closed for almost a year just waiting for the evidence, and now here it is. ISIS. Man, get the heck. Anyway, we've always been talking about Assad must go. That's the president of Syria, for you cats that don't know. Assad must go. He's got to go. Maybe for freedom to thrive in this Middle East, Assad must go. Just like Saddam had to go, and just like Gaddafi had to go. Now you got motherfuckers over in Libya chopping heads off, turning the water red in Libya. They couldn't have did that with Gaddafi there. But I got pictures, a video where they dragging Gaddafi off and the camera pan over and here go NATO soldiers standing right there. You know, from what I understand, Gaddafi was ready to get up out of Libya and they bombed this convoy. NATO did. And that's when he ran into the little sewer drain or whatever. And they found him there. The rebels did anyway. But look at this photo of the rebels shooting their guns and they pan over and it's a NATO soldier standing right there. This is all wicked, man. But anyway, NATO assisting head choppers with Obysmal. Okay, so after John sliding face Kerry met with Vladimir Putin Tuesday, and Putin said, man, y'all gotta let the Syrian people decide the political fate of Assad, you know? And okay, so now Kerry come out and say the U.S. and our partners are not seeking so-called regime change. Yeah, after he met with Vladimir Putin. Now, this is the reason why. The president been singing Assad must go, Assad must go. But this is the reason why they gonna leave Assad alone, because now this is what I like. I've been telling people, man, y'all running around here saying ISIS. That kind of make me mad because I was gonna name my daughter Isis. Isis is the Egyptian goddess, the wife of Osiris, the Egyptian god of, you know what I'm saying? And man, I just can't get it out because it's just fascinating to me, man. Just the wordplay, how they try to manipulate and turn things around. Osiris is the Egyptian god and Isis is the Egyptian goddess, his wife, Isis. So now we got, whenever you see Isis, is related to terrorists. Man, get out of here. And I tell people, ISIS, you think the boys call themselves ISIS? You think they walk around with a patch on their uniform that say ISIS? Those are English letters, clowns. So when I start hearing daesh, oh, that's the Arabic name for ISIS, daesh. And you notice the president uses ISIL. Yeah, that's a whole nother story I'll get into later. But daesh, that's what Kerry uses all the time. And that's what I'm going to start using, daesh, because I'm not going to slander the name of the Egyptian goddess Isis with these cats. Now, one thing, this is how now Vladimir Putin and them come out and show everybody that ISIS, Turkey, and United States and NATO are one and the same. Because Turkey is in NATO, but it sides with daesh sometimes by taking the oil from Syria, which finances daesh. That is really, I guess, which y'all commonly known as ISIS or ISIL. Now, Turkey is the pipeline for terrorists to enter Iraq and Syria. The leaders of Iraq and Syria have said, hey, man, Turkey, why don't y'all kind of ease up with them terrorists coming through? Oh, we will. Man, come on, man. Okay, so Russia presented evidence of Turkey's theft of oil from Syria using thousands of oil tanker operations on 3 major smuggling routes into Turkey. And this is, since Russia been there, this is what they done figured out. That they show you the 3 routes that Turkey is using to smuggle the oil from Syria. Ooh, okay. So what was about last year? The major scandal broke with the Turkish Prime Minister Ahmet Davutoglu. He was caught shipping arms to daesh, ISIS. Then he attempted to cover it up by ordering a media blackout. Not long after the scandal broke, the Obysmal administration signed an agreement with Turkey to openly train and arm moderate Syrian rebels. Come on, man. Moderate Syrian rebels. And everybody was saying, well, how you could just, tell the difference? Who is who? You can't. You remember John McCain run over there taking pictures with cats? And I remember I saw the one cat digging to the soldier was dead. He cut his heart out and took a bite out of it. Ah, okay, that's real nice. Okay, so after the scandal broke with Turkey, with that nonsense, what Turkey did? Turkey tried to order a media blackout. Not long after that, the Obysmal administration signed an agreement with Turkey to openly train and arm moderate Syrian rebels. But most rebels fighting Assad in Syria have pledged allegiance to the Islamic State since at least 2013. Now, come on, man. I don't have no kind of briefings from the Pentagon. I don't have no top level military advisor. But you can see, Stevie Wonder can see that this is nonsense. Now, the Obysmal, man, another thing that made me say, man, I'm not even ready to keep arguing with cats about this after I found out that the Obysmal administration gave the militants 45 minutes. They dropped leaflets telling the cats driving the oil tankers they got 45 minutes to get out because we going to bomb them tankers. What? You get your heads up when you going to bomb. Come on, man. And another thing I knew that, I mean, it's simple, but y'all don't be following this stuff, man, because you be following nonsense. The U.S. military pilots, our pilots confirmed that they were ordered not to drop 75% of their ordnances on daesh targets, ISIS targets. They were ordered not to drop 75% of their ordnance on daesh targets because they couldn't get clearance from their superiors. Now, you out there riding. Okay, I remember I had an argument with a little debate with my one of my cousins about how the cats, the ISIS daesh, whatever, riding down the damn desert in Toyota trucks and white sneakers wearing all black in the open desert. And I told this clown, I said, man, you give me like 10 grenades and one of them airplanes Snoopy drive with the propeller on the front. And I probably could take care of these cats. All you gotta do is ride over them and drop the grenade because they wide out in the open. They having parades and stuff. Man, you don't get the hell out of here with that nonsense. And this is what one of the pilots said. We can't get clearance even when we have a clear target in front of us. Okay. Now, this is the quote. This is the quote. We can't get clearance even when we have a clear target in front of us, said House Foreign Affairs Committee Chairman Ed Royce, Republican from California. Now, come on, man. Wag the dog. Wag the dog.